Hey YouTubers, I was going to go fishing this morning in my little inflatable, but the weather's getting kind of nasty, so I'm just going to stay home today. But I thought since I got everything out in the apartment, let's just do a video. Let's go over some of the things that are really cool to add to your Intex 200 or 300, which this is, and to make it a lot better boat for you. First thing out of the box is it comes with a real dinky little oar. It's three-piece plastic, very cheap, and I don't really trust it. I spent, I think, about close to $20 for this three-piece aluminum oar, and it's about 8 inches, longer. It's a lot stronger, and it doesn't take up any more space, and it's just about the same weight, but it rows a lot better. The second thing is it's good to have an inflatable cushion so you can adjust your seating position, because this oar lock it should be a little bit farther aft one way or the other, because your rowing position is really important. So if you hear people say, well, these things row terrible, most inflatables row like a donut, but if you have them set up correctly with the right position of your arm and your body and your oars, it doesn't row that bad. In fact, it's actually, because it's so light, it's kind of a pleasure because there's hardly any effort needed. But it's important to get the right position of your body when you're rowing. And by having a little cushion. Also, the safety regulations, you're supposed to have either a life jacket or a life cushion. When you have the cushion, not that you shouldn't have a life jacket, but you want to have a cushion, because when you sit on it, if you get any water in your boat, you're not sitting in a pool of water, and it's good to have. You're not raised very high, only about this high, so it doesn't affect the stability hardly, but it also, by being raised just a tiny bit, it's also more comfortable when you're rowing. Also, you want to be getting some of these little D-ring attachments. You can attach them with regular PVC pipe glue if you use the directions correctly, because this is made from PVC. Also, the things that it comes with a real dinky little pump. They used to have a much larger pump, because I've been buying the Intex for a long time. See, this is the one it used to come with, and now this is the one it comes with. It's about 40% smaller. So it's going to take you about 10 minutes to pump this guy up, but it's comfortable. It's not like really, you're not straining. But if you're sitting on the ground, it's kind of aggravating. So what I do is, if it's clean, I just put it on top of my car, like the hood or the trunk, so it's up off the ground. I don't have to bend down, and I pump it up that way. However, you can purchase one of these doodads. It's obviously electric pump, but the cool thing is it helps you deflate, because there's no Boston valve on these, so you can't deflate your pump or your raft very quickly. But with this, it helps a lot to deflate. And it comes with an attachment where you can plug it into your AC at home, or you can plug it into your car cigarette lighter. There's another attachment for that. So that's very helpful. They also make them, which I have, that just run off D batteries. So you could be out on the boat away from the shore or your car, and you can use the electricity of the battery to pump up. But it never hurts to have a little pump. And like I said, that takes about 10 minutes. You want to have an anchor. These, I thought this would be the answer. It's a little grapnel. It's pretty small. And, it's almost cute, but you don't need an anchor that's cute. You need something that works. Because if this goes in rocks, it's great. But if it's on like a mud or clay, it's going to slide right across the top. You get in some grass, it's going to slide right across the top. I bought this on eBay years ago, and it was only $10. It's like a Bruce anchor, it's a claw anchor. These are fantastic. These will work in rock. These will work in mud. These will work just about anywhere. But every anchor has its weak point, you know. But this is one of the best all-around anchors you can get. It's not that much bigger than the little grapnel. You have the need for some tape to cover up any puncture holes. That's always good to have. I like to use the clear Gorilla tape. It's not as good as the little glue and patches that they have that are more permanent. It has like a PVC glue, but this is a very good temporary fix. And since you are a captain, you need to be given signals of your intentions for your boat. I love the fact that, you know, this is the 300, the Explorer 300. For a while, Aldi's, the grocery store, was selling the 200 for $5. I'm thinking, you could be a captain for $5. You could make them open the bridge for you. And whatever you have on the boat, make sure it has a float attachment or something you can tie off, because sooner or later it's going to go overboard. Like this, I need to make a little a PVC attachment so I can put a piece of line on this so it doesn't go overboard. Now, as far as your motor goes, I made a real simple little motor mount. It's just some old scrap wood I had around the house. It's two pieces with another piece on the end sticking up so I can attach the little trolling motor. There's only 2 trolling motors I've ever found that are light enough to use with the Intex. The old Shakespeare Sigma, they weigh about 5 or 6 pounds. And recently I found out about a company called Water Snake, makes an 18-pound trolling motor. But it's only like, I think, 5 pounds, which would be perfect for this. And that's only a 12 pound, so the Water Snake is 18 pound. So it's attached to a line here, to a line here. And on the back, you can see there's a D-ring. So, and there's a little small battery. It's the battery, it's sealed, so you don't have to worry about it leaking. And you do have to get a charger, obviously. But this is a really fun setup. You want to be careful because this fabric, this PVC, it's extremely thin. So if a hook looks at it, you could get you could you want to be careful. You don't inspect your clothes. Make sure you don't have any fasteners or anything on your pants, your keys hanging out, because it will. I was just carrying this to the pool to do a test. Actually, I was doing the 200 carrying to the pool, and I just had something in the bottom of the raft while I was carrying it, and it punctured a hole in the bottom. So you do got to be very careful. But it's a hoot. I mean, it's like $30, you know, maybe 30 to 35 for the 300. And it's, the 200 are usually less than $20, and it's pretty amazing. And that's often, they come with a pump and a paddle. And if you're taking this anywhere, you do want to make sure it's someplace really calm, and it's not the weather's gonna change and take you offshore or into an inlet and go offshore or up on rocks. And you need to go someplace that's very safe until you get to where you know what you're doing. Even then, you always want to check your weather. It always helps to go upwind, up current in the beginning. That way, if something happens, the current will bring you back. Don't you know, you just get out there and the wind's going offshore, and well, it's not that strong, but then it starts piping up, and pretty soon you're heading for the Bermuda. you gotta. This is a pool toy. You know, it's a pool toy, but it's with the right situation, the right little accessories, you can have a ball with these little gadgets, these little floaty boats. I call this Flipper. This is Flipper number 4. I got to get it to where I can sail it, though. All right, guys, I've been rambling here. I hope these little ideas or something might help you. And watch my videos. I put a new stuff every week, and I should have a playlist of all my boating stuff, but I haven't made it yet. But I've got quite a few little inflatable videos coming up, and I'm going to have more fishing videos built around my adventures with the the floaty boat. All right, guys, take care. Be careful. See you out there.